The game-changing person in my life has always been my mother, actually. She came to this country from Mexico without the proper documentation. She raised us in San Antonio as a single parent, in a single parent household, held down multiple jobs. And even though she only had 3 years of education in Mexico, she was able to survive and reach the American dream. And so the game-changing person is really started at home.
During my time here at ASU, during my freshman year specifically, my game changer was really my professor for one of my nonprofit classes named Dr. Sandra Price. When I came into my freshman year, I was just really scared and anxious about everything. I'd come from like a really low income background. Neither of my parents had attended college nor graduated from high school, so it was a really new experience for me, especially given like the largest university in the US. Dr. Sandra Price was so amazing because I think she could see how anxious and scared I was, and because of that she made sure to leverage my voice and to really speak out to me in class and ask about my ideas and inputs on things that I did have ideas about, I just was too afraid to talk out about.
For me, my game-changing moment would be the first time I witnessed Hispanic Convocation here at ASU. For me, that was a really important moment in my life just because I always knew I was going to go to college. I knew I was going to graduate at some point, but I didn't necessarily know how I was going to get there or what it was going to be like when I got there. That was something that was instilled in me from the time I was little. I was raised by my mother. I was a single mother, single parent household, and to me that was always something that was instilled in who I was. And when I arrived at ASU, such a large university, it's really easy to get lost in the mix of things, but I was able to find a community and individuals that were going to support me in what I wanted to do. So the first time I got to see Hispanic Convocation, and not only get to see these graduates that I knew that they were the first in their families to graduate, but get to actually see their families that were there as well, whether it be parents, siblings, grandparents, extended family. That really was a big moment for me because I knew how much it meant to not only them as the graduates, but to their entire families and to the generations that were going to follow after them. And I knew that I could put myself in their shoes and understand that they had gone through a lot of the things that I would be going through during my time as an undergraduate. And I knew that one day I would be able to picture myself in their shoes crossing that stage, and that other people would see me crossing the stage, and it would further inspire them to pursue whatever it is that they wanted to study while they were at Arizona State.
For me, my game-changing experience was getting to work with the First Year Success Center. It was here that I recognized my power as a first-generation college student, and I was able to see my impact as a first-gen student in being that support system for other first-generation students here on campus. I loved being able to show them that they're not alone here at the university and that they are capable of success.
I think it's very important for faculty and staff when interacting with students to be aware of the acronyms and that they're using in front of the students, and to not always assume that all students know what you're talking about. And when you reference a department, to be clear on what that department does or some helpful tips in regards to things that may help the student if they ever interact with that department. It's just really important to not just assume all students know what you're talking about. So for me, it was really helpful when I came across a faculty or a staff member who would actually break those acronyms down for me, or maybe even reference what this department does and how they interact and things of that nature.
You only have one shot to reach a student, and sometimes it takes a lot for students, first-generation students, to approach faculty and staff. And I think it's, if you lose them there and we don't hit them and find solutions at that point, we may lose them forever. So I think it's really crucial to understand that our students are living real lives and are going through there's a lot on their shoulders, and we have to understand that if they come to us and they approach us, that we need to find ways to help them find the answers to what they're searching for.
Is to recognize that there are probably tons of first-generation college students in their classrooms. None of us wear first-generation college student pins, so you can't really tell who we are, but we do exist. So one thing that I would wish that ASU faculty and staff would do is to be more empathetic to their students, especially when they make little mistakes. Maybe they don't know how to contact a professor, or maybe they're not necessarily doing the best in their classes. It might be because their students don't have the resources, or they don't have the support systems from their family. They don't know how to navigate college because they don't have those people backing them. So please be a little bit more empathetic and recognize that these students might just need a little bit more support.